All right, you just share with us some of your
First thing,
thoughts.
my memory's not too good. I'll do the best I can here. But we left Fresno. We had a lot of people to see us off there. And when we got back, there must have been 2,000 people there. Must have been 100 sailors. I think Lemoore, all their sailors came down.
Wonderful.
And they all stood at us and saluted us as we come in. But in Washington, we got there, we had another group congratulate us. And from there, we packed up in the Hilton Hotel. The next morning, we got at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock, we left and went to the library right next to the federal building. And we had lunch there with the senators and congressmen. Jim Costa, I knew him for about 20 years and I had my picture taken with him. We'll show it next Sunday. That was in the library. They said that was the largest library building in the whole world. It was big. They had a lot of big, large buildings there. Then we went out to different monuments. I think we hit Vietnam first. They had, I think it's 52,500 veterans that died in Vietnam. Then we went down to the Korean veterans, and well, I didn't get to look at theirs. But everything, we didn't have much time. Then went down the Marine Corps. Then from there, the World War II veterans. Then we walked out in the cemetery. I found one there. Joe Louis was on one. But they must have had about 2,000 or 3,000 gravesides there. Then there we went to lunch, and can't remember where now, but we had all kinds of food. Everywhere it seemed like everybody congratulated us. And we won one place, a lot of people there. As we opened the door, there's some women standing there and kissed us as we come by.
I knew he'd remember that.
Yeah. Everybody had a big kiss on the side of their jaw. Yeah, very surprised. We went to a lot of different monuments. Well, next Sunday I'll try to get all these movies, and they can show them here. But we've met a lot of intelligent people there. Then we went by that there, where the plane hit that building, where they patched it up. It wasn't very much. I was trying to figure, well, next Sunday I'll have all these pictures. That'll remind me of what to do. But that was a great deal. Then last night, we were invited down to Fresno football stadium. Halftime, we got up there and they taking pictures of us. And we had food there too. Everything was free. We didn't have to spend no money for nothing.
Wow, that's good.
A lot of people come by and shook our hands, and the cheerleaders, they got about 4 feet in front of us. And somebody said, "Hey, you guys, leave these girls alone. They belong to the football players." Then we had a big lunch in there too. A lot of people just going by and shaking their hands. I bet I must shake about 1,000 hands altogether. Now, I was surprised when we got to Fresno, people there to see us in. I had two girlfriends there. One of them was right in front. She grabbed me and hugged my neck. Good thing they weren't together. The other one was almost the end there. When we got to the end, they had the band there. She grabbed me by the arm and wanted to escort me. I met a lot of valuable people, but some of them I didn't know. Then on the airplane, we got a mail call on there. I got letters from people from some from Canada and some school, bunch of them, wanted to congratulate me and everything. I think take about 2 hours to read all of them. Kind of made me feel like a hero. Yeah, now next Sunday I'll try to get these pictures. I can explain more to you on these deals here.
Okay.
Yeah, I got in Alan Perry from the Veterans Hospital. I had a picture taken with him. He was on our bus too. He was just like one of us. He was administrator at the Veterans Hospital.
Wow.
Then I met some guy. I didn't know him, but he seen my nameplate, and he got done. I met this guy about 20, 30 years ago. And I met him. And it was very surprising. Man, there must have been 2,000 people over there. Any of you guys over there see us back? Boy, there was a crowd there. And they have all of them Navy guys, they all held saluted. They must have their whole hour done that. I doubt if I could hold my arm up that long. And the flyers, the officers on the other side, they didn't even, I shook their hands, but we couldn't have sailed them because they were in a sloop. We went on, I don't know, and they had, seemed like the plane we were on was 50 yards long. I think there's 200 of us on there altogether. That was the escorts and everything. They had red shirts, and I got this blue one. We had those. One day I wore a Marine Corps outfit, and the next day I wore a Purple Heart, but I'd never do that again. They all felt I was crippled, no matter what I'd done. And he finally made me sit in a wheelchair. And they rolled me along. Well, I kind of enjoyed it, wheelchair, sit there back looking at everything. Yeah, they take my cane away from me and said, y'all get in that wheelchair. We had about 15 people in wheelchairs, veterans. It was very disappointing. It seemed like everybody we met was real friendly, congratulated us everything. And the president, Jim Costa, I talked to him, the president, and he said, yeah, he'll be over, but he never did show up. He was in his office that day, too. That library's right there next to the federal building there. But I don't know why Obama didn't come out. They said he'd be there, but he didn't show. And from there, we went back to the Hilton Hotel and had lunch again. He was always eating. I don't know why. I got a whole lot of stuff right down in my house. I didn't eat little things to give me on the plane, and a lot of cookies and cakes and candy and all that junk. Yeah, they made us heroes. That's funny, that's 70 years later. Now we're celebrating it. They're World War II veterans. Now they're going to take another group in February, I think, Cardell and Perry, go back there. Then after that, it'd be the Korean veterans. But I did, about Vietnam veterans, these others, I don't know they're going to give them anything. But I'm glad I helped serve, free our country. We could have been speaking Japanese or German. And become pretty close. Japanese, yeah, at Pearl Harbor. I was at Pearl Harbor during the time. We was out there, sitting outside the harbor in an old oil tanker. I was seasick that day. I mean sick. I've never been sick that before. And they put me up in the crow's nest. I was afraid to come down, and then the officer Dave was going to put me on a report if I didn't. So they sent 4 Marines up, had ropes, tied me, and got down and come down in Chief Squad. Then we was having general quarters about every 10 minutes. And we finally dumped us and made a landing there. I was sick. Some guy taking my rifle and sea bag. I wanted to lay down, and he said, "No, we don't leave nobody behind." So we finally made it into Pearl Harbor there. I was sick bay, and about 3 days later, I come out of it and made a mess cook out of me. Then later on, we helped put those balloons up in the sky with cables on them. In case planes come in, they'd hit them. I'll be doggone, one of our own guys flew in and hit him, killed him. But that's not part of my trip anyway, but it's very interesting. I always wanted to go to Washington, D.C., but this I got up to, everything was paid for, uniform, they give us a bag. And it's very interesting. Well, next week we get that picture, I can explain you more of what happened. My memory is not too good anymore. I know I'm 92 years old, but I'm still young at heart.
Well, yeah.
All right.